Okay. Let's read the question and let's see what all we can extract from here. Okay. Chalo. So, first of all, the problem is you have to minimize this function. And let me also mention for reference, where is this from? So this is your problem number, this is x squared plus y squared, right? So this is question number 2 from your exercise 18.2. Okay, so if you want to refer it from there. Okay, so the question is you have to minimize this function. The function is x squared plus y squared. And subject to this particular constraint that x plus 2y should be equal to a, and a is a constant. Okay? So, first of all, the first part of this problem that they are saying is solve the problem by first using the constraint to eliminate y. Prove that you have really found the minimum. So what is your goal now? So somebody said कि इसको minimize करना है. You have to find the minimum possible value of this subject to this particular constraint and do it by eliminating y from the function, and then also prove that this is really the minimum. So A part किस किसने किया और क्या logic लगाया? Anybody? So first of all, we'll try to eliminate it. Anybody having any ideas? So what is my function? X squared plus y squared. What is my constraint? X plus 2y is equals to a, right? So what should I do? I have to eliminate y. So in place of y, I will see that, okay, this is a minus x divided by 2 is equals to y. So I will just replace this here. So what do I get? Whole squared. So what is this now? X squared plus, I can bring 2 outside and square it, and then it will become 1 by 4, right? And then a minus x whole squared. What does that become? A square plus x square minus 2ax. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? So now, what is my function? X square plus a square divided by 4 plus x square divided by 4 minus 2ax divided by 4. Right? Okay. So, this is my function. Now, if I add these two, what do I get? This is 5 by 4 x squared minus ax divided by 4, right? And then what else? Plus a squared divided by 4. Yes.
Ax
1 by 4
2.
we can take off.
Yeah, we can take 1 by 4 common.
You met minus 2a.
Okay, मैंने उसको मन में डिवाइड कर दिया और यहाँ पे 2 लिखना था, राइट? ठीक है, तो अब ओके, all right. Anyways, okay, we will come to now what are we supposed to do. तो अच्छा ठीक है, अब हम लोग क्या स्ट्रैटेजी अपनाएं? ये मेरे पास एक फंक्शन है. Now I have to minimize this function, right? Minimize this. So please, some ideas. What should we do?
Like normal minimize करते थे differentiate करके.
उसकी भी जरूरत नहीं है. There's no need for that also.
Ma'am, since it's a quadratic polynomial and 5 by 4 positive है, तो इसका for sure minimum exist करेगा.
So basically, this is a quadrat. This has become a quadratic function now. This is a quadratic function, quadratic polynomial, right? Quadratic function. And the value in front of x square The coefficient is positive. So it will be some sort of an upward parabola. Yes, this coefficient is positive. So it will be some upward parabola, something like this. It could be something like this, or this, or this, or this, something like this. Yes. ऐसे ही होगा ना? Right? What can I do? Can I use the method of completing the squares and try to make it in a complete square format, and then try to find the value of x where this function will take the minimum value? So basically I have to find this value, na? This point, or maybe this point, right? That is also one way. Say yes or no.
Yes, ma'am.
Isn't like differentiation one a little easier than that?
That also can be done. That is another way. So let's go with that. We can go with that. Okay. So what do we do if I have to find this I have to minimize this function? So first of all, what will I do? This is my function. Let's say this is my function gx. F by 5 by 4 x square minus ax by 2 plus a power 2 divided by 4. What is g prime x? 10 by 4x, right? And then minus a by 2. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
ठीक है? So what should we do now? We will put g prime x to be 0. What will that give me? 10x by 4 is equals to a by 2. And what does that give me? X value is what? 4a by 2 divided by 10. So this value is a by 5. Right? Now, how do I explain whether this is minima or maxima?
Ma'am, there was a double derivative test also, right?
Yes.
वो कर सकते हैं क्या सर?
हाँ जी, बिल्कुल. Because it's a function in one variable, right? Yes, Riya, go ahead.
मैम हमें ये नहीं पता ना कि ए पॉजिटिव कांस्टेंट है कि नेगेटिव कांस्टेंट है, तो हम इसमें अपर फर्स्ट डेरिवेटिव टेस्ट कैसे यूज कर सकते हैं?
कौन सा टेस्ट?
फर्स्ट ऑर्डर डेरिवेटिव टेस्ट.
अभी हमने फर्स्ट ऑर्डर डेरिवेटिव टेस्ट तो यूज ही नहीं किया.
तो मैम लाइक वी आर सेइंग ना कि मिनिमम कैसे प्रूव करेंगे, तो वन पॉसिबल सजेशन आया कि हम इसमें फर्स्ट ऑर्डर डेरिवेटिव टेस्ट लगा सकते हैं, राइट? तो
ठीक
उसमें मेरा क्वेश्चन है कि अगर हमें ये नहीं पता कि ए पॉजिटिव कांस्टेंट है कि नेगेटिव कांस्टेंट है, जस्ट गिवन की कांस्टेंट है, तो उसमें हम फर्स्ट ऑर्डर टेस्ट कैसे लगाएंगे? दैट्स माय क्वेश्चन.
उसमें फिर आप दोनों केसेस बना के फिर लगाओगे.
ओके.
कि मतलब आप you will have to consider both the cases. If you want to go by that route, then you will have to use assuming A is negative, then what happens? Then you show कि okay, how is sign changing? And then if it is positive, then also show what is the variation. So if nothing is mentioned, you consider everything, both the cases, negative also, positive also. But here I have a simpler method, which is what? I can just do the double derivative, which is, what is g double prime x? 10 by 4. Yes. So this double derivative value at a by 5 will also be 10 by 4.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. And when your double derivative takes a positive value, what do you get? Do you get a minimum or a maximum?
Minimum.
Hence, x is equals to a by 5 will give you the minimum value. Yes. Is that all right?
Yes, ma'am.
ठीक है? Everybody okay with this method? Right?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So let's try to do one more tarika, one more method. You know, the more things you see in the real exam scenario, you don't know what might click, right? So can we try to do this? I mean, I know this is simpler, but let me just show you that. You are free to, use anything which you feel is easier and more convenient with you. But let's see this once. So can we try to complete the squares here? So what do we do? First of all, whenever we try to complete the squares, we make this coefficient as 1. How do I make this as 1? I can take 5 by 4 common. Yes. Then what happens? This will be x square and then minus 4 by 5 ax divided by 2 and then plus 4 by 5 a square divided by 4, right? So whenever you take something common, you can multiply all the other things with its reverse if they are not directly common. Yes? Because this multiplied by this is just 1. This multiplied by this is just 1, right? This is
Yes,
okay, है ना?
Yes.
Okay, so, okay, now this is 5 by 4. Now this is x square. Now this is 2ax divided by 5 and this is plus a square divided by 5. Okay, fine. How do you do the completing the square method? क्या करते हो आप? ये जो अभी आपका कोएफिशिएंट होता है इसके साथ क्या करते हो? You divide it by 2, right? And whatever coefficient you get, you add the square of that and subtract the square of that. So if you divide this by 2, what do you get? I will get a by 5. अगर मैं 2a by 5 को 2 से डिवाइड करूंगी तो मुझे क्या मिलेगा? a by 5.
Yes, ma'am.
So I will do what? I will do this. Plus a square by 5 square minus a square divided by 5 square. और इधर प्लस a square divided by 5 हो गया है और इधर जो है -2ax divided by 5 हो गया है. ये सब ब्रैकेट के अंदर हो रहा है. Yes, this is gx. Fine. All okay so far? I can add the same thing and subtract the same thing. It's not going to make any difference. Right? So now what should I do? If I look at this and this and this, what do I get? X minus a by 5 whole squared. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
And then we have a square divided by 5 minus a square divided by 25. Right? ठीक है? तो अब ये बताओ. Now what? Now tell me if this is my function gx is equals to 5 by 4 and this is x minus a by 5 whole square and then this is 5 by 4 and then this is a square by 5 minus a square divided by 25. So this is something constant. This entire thing is something which is constant. This is not in my control. Yes, this is not in my control.
Yes, ma'am.
So what is in my control? This part will always take positive value because this is positive and this is a square. Yes.
Type of
Yes.
So when does this square take the lowest possible value? When x is a by 5.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? And that is essentially the lowest possible value of this function as well, right? Because apart from a by 5, if you take any other value, this number is going to grow bigger only, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So when this x minus a by 5 is going to take value 0, which is when x is equals to a by 5, gx will be minimum. Right? So this is
Yes,
also, yes. Anybody has any?
Ma'am, yes. So just writing the statement that because 4 by 5 coefficient of x square, it was positive, so it would have a minima. Is that enough, or like do we have to draw
That's
the
enough.
diagram as well?
No, this is enough because you know this is constant. So gx will take lowest possible value when this fraction is taking lowest possible value.
So if we just write the statement, so that's enough now to prove that
Yes.
that this point is giving minima.
Yes, because now just mention one more point that because this is positive, this has a positive coefficient. If it would have a negative coefficient, to get the maximum value, this should be a by 5. Right? So if you mention that, okay, because we can see that this is positive, this entire thing is positive, the coefficient is positive. So this takes the lowest possible value when this takes value 0. है ना? That is enough. Is that fine with us? Guys, all good?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So this was our part number A. So this was A part. What is part number B? Write down the Lagrange function for the problem and solve the necessary conditions in this case. So what will be my Lagrange function? So this is part number B. So what will be my Lagrange function in this case? So my function was x square plus y square. Now, what do you do? क्या करना है इसके बाद?
Lambda minus lambda g of x comma y minus c.
Right? This is your method. है ना? तो फिर now minus lambda. What is gx plus gx comma y? Gx comma y was
Plus 2y.
x plus 2y is equals to a. So this was x plus 2y minus a, right? ठीक है? Now, what do I have to write? All the necessary conditions. What are my necessary conditions? What are the equations that I have to consider? What are the equations? Partial derivative of Lagrange with respect to x should be put equal to 0. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Partial derivative of Lagrange with respect to y should also be put equal to 0. And partial derivative of Lagrange with respect to lambda should also be kept equal to 0, which is essentially what becomes my constraint. Yes. Right? है ना?
Yes, ma'am.
ठीक है. So fine. Let's do that. So what should we do? If I have to differentiate this with respect to x, what do I get? What is the derivative of x squared? 2x. Y square will be treated as a constant. Lambda is a constant. So minus lambda x, we will get minus lambda minus 2 lambda y. It will be treated as a constant, and lambda a, that will also be treated as a constant. Yes. So this is all,
Yes, ma'am.
right? So I should put this equal to 0. Okay. Now, second step, what happens? Lagrange function with respect to y. What do we get? Similar logic, 2y minus lambda x will be treated as 0, a constant, the entire thing. And then 2 minus 2 lambda y. So minus 2 lambda is the constant and y is the variable. So this will be minus 2 lambda and plus lambda a, that will also be treated as a constant. So that will be 0, right? And then if I just do the derivative with respect to lambda, all of this will be treated as a constant and it is multiplied by this. So I will just get my constraint. Yes. So third step will be x plus 2y is equals to a, right? These are the three equations. So what is my necessary condition? 2x equals to lambda, 2y equals to 2 lambda. So that means y is equals to lambda. And from here, this is x plus 2y is equals to a, right? Is that okay? So these are the three equations to be considered. है ना? Right? So far, so good.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. So this was my part number B. Write down the Lagrange function and solve the necessary condition. Acha, we haven't solved. So let's solve it. So I know that 2x is lambda, y is lambda. So let's do that. So I can either put everything in terms of lambda. So what do I get here? 2x is lambda. So what is x? Lambda by 2. What is y? That is equals to lambda. And I can use this information in this equation. So what do I get? Lambda by 2 plus 2y. What is 2y? 2y is 2 lambda and that is equals to a, right? So what does that give me? Lambda by 2. So 0.5 lambda plus 2 lambda. That is 2.5 lambda. And that is equals to a. Yes. Right? So what is the value of lambda? A divided by 2.5. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
So if lambda is a divided by 2.5, so x is lambda by 2, which is equals to a divided by 2.5 times 2, which is a divided by 5. And what is the value of y? Exactly equal to lambda, which is a divided by 2.5. If you have to write 2.5 in a nice manner, what do? You can do it 10 and each 25. So that will be 2 by 5.
Yes.
Right. So what is the value of y? 2a divided by 5. What is the value of x? A divided by 5, right? So this is my solution for the necessary condition that x comma y is equals to a by 5 comma 2a by 5, right? Is that okay? So far, so good. Everybody okay with this?
Yes.
ठीक है, चलो. So this was part number B. Now, what is this? Also solve the problem by studying the level curves of this function together with the graph of the straight line 2x x plus 2y is equals to a in the same diagram. Can you give a geometric interpretation of the problem? Does the associated maximization problem have a solution? तो इन्होंने हमसे actually बहुत सारे सवाल पूछ लिए, right? तो ठीक है, एक एक करके let's see. So first of all, they are asking us to graphically analyze the level curves of this function, first of all. Okay. Secondly, they are asking us to draw the same line, x plus 2y is equals to a in the same diagram, and give a geometric interpretation to what is it that we are trying to do. Okay. And if we have, instead of minimum, if we have a maxima, does that have a solution or not? That you have to explain. ठीक है, क्वेश्चन इज क्लियर विद एवरीवन? ठीक है,
Yes, ma'am.
चलो अब हम लोग तो है, जो है अब डायग्राम देखते हैं. सो क्वेश्चन तो हमें क्लियर हो गया है, अब हम लोग डायग्राम पे आते हैं. सो नाउ यू टेल मी द फॉलोइंग, that my function f of x comma y is equals to x squared plus y squared, right? What is the level curve? So this is a function in 3D, right? There are x value, y value, and this function will take some value. So that will be my z value, right? Now, this function can take different values, right? So, but we know that this can never take a negative value. It can be 0 or something greater than that. So what if this x square plus y square is 4? This is one level curve. X square plus y square is equals to 25. This is another level curve. X square plus y square is equals to 9. This is another level curve, right? Level curve is nothing but the value, so all the x comma y points where the function is taking a particular value. Yes. So the locus or the diagram where we join or plot all the x comma y points where my function is taking a particular value. So what is this? This is an equation of all the points where function is taking value 4. Yes. So let's draw these. है कि नहीं? So ये कैसे होंगे? What is this an equation of?
And this is equation of circle with origin as center.
Origin as center and radius 2 here.
Yes, ma'am.
Radius 5 here. Radius 3 here, right? So whatever different level curves that you are going to see, they are all going to be circles. Yes. Of different radius, right? है ना? Right? So the level curves are all circles, okay? So far so good. So ma'am, so this is like a view from the top. Yes. It's not actually a view from the top. This is a view that, if your actual diagram looks like this, okay? And if you cut your diagram at a level 4, if you cut your diagram at a level 1, something like that. And wherever this these points are cutting your diagram. If you plot them on XY plane, they will start looking like this, like this. So you cut different 3D planes, right? And then wherever these cuts are happening, if you project that on the XY plane, this is how it will look like. So all the points where height was, let's say, 2, they were all cutting at these XY points. So if you use these points to find the Z value, you will get Z value 4. This is what is the criteria. Okay? At the end, I can show you the diagram. मैं आपको दिखा दूंगी एक diagram में. ठीक है? This is fine. Or maybe let me just show it right now. It won't take too much time. Just give me one moment. So you guys can see my screen. So you know my function f of x comma y. What is that? My function is x squared plus y squared, right? This is my function. And what am I doing when I'm asking you to make a level curve? I am saying, okay, please take height 1. So all height 1 points will intersect somewhere. So let's say z value is equals to 1. Okay, so just a minute. I will just copy this. See. Okay, why is that happening? Okay, got it. Okay, its color is white. That we is it the reason? Why am I not able to make any plane? Okay, so 4. Yeah, can you see that now? Yeah, guys, can you see this?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
So when we are asking to make a level curve, what are we saying? That fix the value of height as 4. So ये fix हो गई height. अब यहाँ पे जहां पे भी intersection हो रहा है ना इस diagram के साथ, अब हम लोग इसको top से देखेंगे. तो जो intersection हो रहा है वो सिर्फ इन points पे हो रहा होगा, right? और ये हमने 2D में plot कर दिया. Okay? And जैसे ही आपकी, जैसे मान लो Z value 10 हो गई, तो that will become something higher, something like this. इस तरीके से हो रहा है ये system, fine? So these are the level curves that I'm plotting. Okay? And आपकी जो constraints थी वो क्या थी? X plus 2y is equals to some a value थी, तो let's say 10. So it was this. So this is your plane. Now you have to find the minimum value of the function satisfying this constraint. So you can see that, okay, ये जो plane है, ये where is it cutting? It's cutting somewhere here, like here. ये वाले एरिया पे कट हो रहा है. अब इसमें आप lowest possible height ढूंढ रहे हो, right? You're trying to figure out the lowest possible height in this intersection. This is the this is basically geometrically how your problem is. Fine. Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Chalo, okay. Coming back. Let's move to the sheet now. Yeah. So we said, okay, make the level curves. And then we also have to plot this line. What is my line? X plus 2y is equals to A. We can have two possibilities, right? A can be positive or A can be negative. Let's say A is positive, for example. Suppose A is positive. So if A is positive, what will happen? How will we draw this line? If A is positive, then so what is the value of X when Y is 0? A. So A could be anything. I don't know where A is. So I can put A here, let's say, for example, A is, let's say, here. I don't know where it is. And what will be the value of Y here? When X is 0, Y will be A by 2. So let's say it is something like this, A by 2. So what is my line? My line is something like this. So my line is something like this. Right? So given this line, what is the maximum point that you can reach? How will you?
Not defined.
So it is not defined because, if you say that, okay, you do have points like this. So if you have somewhere, if you put some point here, you can reach this circle. If you do something like this, you can maybe reach this point. If you want to go here, take some point which is far away. Yes. So is there any maxima which exists?
No, ma'am.
No. क्यों? क्योंकि इस लाइन पे रहते हुए आप और बाहर के सर्कल्स को रीच कर सकते हो ना. While staying on this line, this is your constraint, right? You have to stay in this constraint, within this constraint. इस constraint पे रहते हुए आप कितने बड़े बड़े सर्कल्स पे पहुंच सकते हो, right? There is no limit. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So there is no solution for maximization problem, right? Is that okay? And minimization कैसे करेंगे हम लोग? How do we think about minimization? So मैं क्या सोचूंगी कि इस equation पे रहते हुए, तो I have to stay on this line as well, and I have to make sure that this height is as low as possible, right? So I can stay here also. I can stay maybe here also, maybe here also. So what I would like that I should just be on the smallest possible height. When will that happen? When something like this happens, this line and this circle, they are at the intersection. सो ये स्लोप होगा इस तरीके से, एंड मैं अगर इससे कोई भी छोटी हाइट अचीव करना चाहूंगी, सो देन आई विल नॉट बी एबल टू बी ऑन दिस लाइन, राइट?
Yes, ma'am.
So my minimization problem solution is the search for a circle such that we are just touching that circle. For any other circle that you see, this line is crossing it at 2 points. So I'm in search of a circle where I'm just touching it at one place. Because 2 place पे अगर कट कर दिया तो मतलब और स्कोप है छोटी हाइट क्रिएट करने का, राइट? अब इससे छोटी हाइट का जो भी सर्कल होगा वो फिर मेरी कंस्ट्रेंट को सेटिस्फाई नहीं करेगा, राइट? है ना?
Yes, ma'am.
सो दिस इज माय लॉजिक. इज दैट ओके?
मैम
जी.
मैम आप एक एजेंसी कंडीशन दोबारा समझा सकते हो?
एजेंसी कंडीशन,
टेंजेंसी
टेंजेंसी, ओके ओके, टेंजेंसी कंडीशन. तो
यस
देखो,
मैम.
तो मैं ये कह रही हूँ, व्हाट एम आई सेइंग? आई एम सेइंग दिस. देखो, अब फॉर एग्जाम्पल देखो, अब एक बात बताओ. I know all these level curves that I have, they are going to be circles.
यस मैम.
This is, let's say, a circle of height 2, okay? I can make a circle which is having even lesser height
यस मैम.
and then even lesser height.
यस मैम.
And then maybe there will be some circle where, you know, इस line को we are not touching at all.
यस मैम.
But we have to maintain the constraint. So we have to touch the line at least wherever I'm looking at, right? तो मान लो कोई एक सर्कल है जो जस्ट इसको 2 पॉइंट्स पे कट कर रहा है, तो इसका मतलब कोई ना कोई एक छोटा सर्कल और होगा जो इसको इस तरीके से टच कर रहा है,
यस मैम.
राइट? एंड वही एक सर्कल जो इसको सिर्फ एक पॉइंट पे टच कर रहा है, दैट इज गोइंग टू बी द हाइट, दैट इज माय मिनिमम वैल्यू ऑफ द फंक्शन.
यस मैम.
सर्कल्स ही तो उसकी हाइट बता रहे थे, राइट?
यस मैम.
तो अब इससे छोटी कर दी तो कंस्ट्रेंट सेटिस्फाई नहीं होगा. इससे अगर ऊपर चले गए तो फिर वो मिनिमम नहीं रहेगा. तो मिनिमम कहाँ होगा? जहां पे ये सर्कल का जो स्लोप होता है वो, और जो इस लाइन का स्लोप है वो बिल्कुल टेंजेंसी पे हो, बिल्कुल इक्वल हो वो दोनों स्लोप,
यस मैम.
राइट? सो दैट इज हाउ यू नो दिस कंडीशन. तो ये जो भी पॉइंट होगा दैट विल टेल मी द मिनिमम वैल्यू.
ओके मैम.
एंड मैक्सिमा एग्जिस्ट क्यों नहीं कर रहा? क्योंकि कोई लिमिट ही नहीं है. ये लाइन तो कितना भी आगे चली जाएगी, तो हाइट का तो कोई लिमिट ही नहीं है कि नहीं?
यस मैम.
दैट्स द लॉजिक. ओके
यस मैम.
ओके जी, ठीक है. सो फाइन. ऑलराइट, नाउ व्हाट इज डी पार्ट? Part number D is saying verify 18.7 in this for this problem. So what is 18.7? What does 18.7 say? 18.7. If you see what is written in the equation 18.7, what is written?
Ma'am, that rate of change of optimal value due to constant equals to lambda.
So this, if I take the derivative with respect to C, that should give me lambda, right? This is my 18.7 equation, right? Okay. So what was the value of X which we found and value of Y which we found in my maxima? My X value was A by 5, I guess, and Y was 2A by 5. Yes, A by
Yes,
5
ma'am.
and 2A by 5. Right? And in what was my constraint? My constraint was this. And usually here the C that they mean is this, Gx comma Y is equals to C, this one, right? So jahan pe wherever they'll write C, we'll put A, okay? Anyways, so what do I have to do? I have to find the optimal value by putting these values. So here x is a function of a, y is also a function of a, star star. Right? What is that value? Yes, f star a is nothing but function value at these optimal points.
Yes, ma'am.
So what was my function? X square plus y square. So this is a by 5 whole square plus 2a by 5 whole square, right? So what do we get? A square by 25 plus 4 by 25 a square. So what do I get? 5 by 25 a square. So that is a square divided by 5, right? This is my f star a value, right? So now what am I supposed to do? I have to differentiate it with respect to a. So if you differentiate f star a with respect to a, what do you get?
2a by 5.
2a by 5. Is that value equal to lambda? Yes, it is.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, because this is what? This is 10 by 25a, which is 2 by 5a, which is essentially what my lambda is here. This is my lambda. And this is also a function of a, right? So we have proved it. We have verified. We've not proved it. We verified it. Hence, verified. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Clear है.
ठीक है ना? क्लियर हो गया ये? इसमें कोई प्रॉब्लम? All good? Yash, Tanya, Shashi, Riya, Radhika, Bhavya. All good?
Yes, ma'am.
ठीक है? चलो, okay. Very nice.